안녕하세요. You're listening to 4 from On One podcast.
Welcome back to 4 from On One podcast, episode 40, boys. We did it. We made it through our summer vacation. It was a bit special, which we'll talk about, a bit hit and miss between our three stories, but we'll go through it eventually. So on this podcast, we're going to talk about our summer vacations, what went wrong, what went right, and I got trivia first, boys, just to wake you up, just to make sure you're feeling okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start off with the 7 wonders of the world. Just give me the country that they are in. It should be pretty easy. You boys are pretty good with geography. Taj Mahal,
India.
Colosseum,
Italy.
Chichen Itza,
Mexico.
yeah, Machu Picchu,
Peru.
Christ the
Redeemer. Yeah, Brazil.
and City of Petra,
Jordan.
Great Wall of China.
China.
All right, so now the natural wonders of the world. I think they're pretty easy too, but we'll see how we go. Everest, Mount
Nepal.
Bhutan, Nepal,
/ China, yep. Or this one's hard to pronounce. Paracutin volcano, Parikutin volcano. Paracutin.
Oh, sounds like Spanish.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well,
Mexico.
yeah, good job.
Nice.
All right.
The Grand Canyon. What state? Make it a little bit
Arizona.
harder. Arizona.
Flagstaff specifically.
Yeah. Have you been?
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victoria Falls.
Victoria Falls.
Ooh, I thought this one might-
Must be Canada.
I was thinking Canada too,
No.
but it's probably going to be somewhere in Africa.
That's Niagara Falls. Victoria Falls.
Oh, Victoria.
Yeah, Africa is the right continent.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Right
Z
continent.
countries.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe and another Z country.
Uh,
We talked about it, I think, last podcast. Zambia.
Oh, geez.
Zambia.
I think I crossed a few of those countries down there. Yeah.
Okay.
The harbor of Rio de Janeiro.
I want to get this right. Brazil, yeah.
I don't know who Brazil paid to get 2 nominations in both things. Apparently, it's quite deep or something. It's a very deep harbor. I think that's what they say. The Great Barrier Reef.
Australia.
Australia. Cairns.
Did you go, Hokcho? No, you didn't go to Cairns.
No, I didn't.
I always went swimming when I was very young. And as you can see with my background, the Northern Lights. Where can you see the Northern Lights? List some countries where you can see the Northern Lights.
Russia, Finland, Sweden.
Yeah.
Yep. Greenland.
Iceland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alaska, America, I guess.
Yeah.
And
That's
Canada.
right.
Canada? Norway? Did you say
Canada.
Norway?
Norway.
Right, that's it.
Scandinavian countries, yeah.
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 I think I told the story that I saw her on the back of the cruise ship one night at 3
That's
o'clock
right.
in the morning, blind, drunk. I had a very embarrassing story. I think I told that story
That
too.
one,
Yeah.
the underwear in the hallway. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. We didn't forget.
You got a memory of elephants.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, let's go on to summer vacation. So we just got back from our summer vacation. I've had a week at school. Gia, I think you had the best summer vacation following from photos on Instagram. Where did you go? What did you end up
I
doing?
wouldn't say, as a father too, I wouldn't say best. It was definitely like a handful.
Yeah.
But we headed east towards Donghae, and where we stayed was just a little north near Mangsang Beach. It was a nice little pension, just right off the beaten path. It was like away from everything else. It was like really private, to the point where there was like a little private beach, like a 10-minute walk, and like it was completely empty. It was just us and like the lifeguards, like nobody else is there. So we just sit in our little canopy like all day and just enjoy the waves. Like there was actually one time we actually headed further down to like the popular area where we stayed 2 years ago. And it was just, as you can imagine, just crowded with people, excuse me. And the waves were just like super choppy one morning. So we couldn't really go into the water. So that kind of sucks. So like every 5 minutes, you were just hearing like the whistling of all the lifeguards trying to like clear the coast. But we knew if we were to go to our private beach, we wouldn't be able to just do whatever the hell we wanted, you know? So that was just the first couple days. But what made it so stressful was like the first day. Like the first day we got there, like Sophie did not want to go into the water, like at all. Like last year, she was like a fish. You couldn't get her, out of the water. But this year was just complete opposite. Like
Yeah.
I guess the thought of like the sound of the waves crashing, just the noise, like she would like just scream. By day 2, she lost her voice. She didn't have a voice the entire trip because she screamed that
Really?
much. The whole trip.
Wow.
Every time we brought her to the beach, every time someone picked her up, wanted to take her to the water, she would just like scream her head off. And so we didn't get a chance to go in the water that much, which is fine because I basically just I didn't want to get as sunburned as I did last year because it was just excruciating. I got some color, which is really nice, but just day 1 alone again. By the time we had dinner, by the time we went back, showered, settled down, took her out to dinner, like Gianna was going nuts. Like we were just trying to eat, just the 2 of us at the restaurant. We had him down on the floor because one of those restaurants where you take off your shoes, you sit on the floor.
Yeah.
Which I can't do properly because it goes on my back and my knees and everything goes like numb from the waist down.
Eating soup, try to get the soup closer to your mouth so you don't pop.
Yeah. So it didn't help that it was like humid. There was no AC in the inside. Gianna was crying, laying on the floor. Sophie didn't want to sit still, so she's running around. And I remember thinking, like, oh my God, like this is just day 1 of a 9-day vacation. Like this is just nuts, vacation. Right? This is day 1. And long story short, she called her parents the following morning, and they actually drove out to join us on vacation.
Really?
Like we had that much room in our pension, right? Because it was a 2-bedroom place. It was a big area that they just stayed with us, and that helped immensely. Like, oh my God,
to get the in-laws over, you must have been desperate.
Yeah, like they were only supposed to stay for a night. They came Monday, like afternoon. But they stayed 2 nights. They stayed until we checked out like that Wednesday.
Nice.
And then with that, we were able to go down to the beach together. They got to watch the kids. Sonia and I kind of just enjoyed the waves. We bust out the floaties like the little children we were, and just skipping rocks in the water. And Donghae, I totally forgot about that. So Donghae, which is actually really nice because my father-in-law treated us to all the dinners. I didn't really have to pay a whole lot out of pocket.
Nice.
So Donghae,
it
was a really good experience for him coming. Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But the deal was we would actually take turns driving. So if we were at the beach, I'd be drinking beer all day, and then at night, then I would just drive the car back with everybody. But right there in Donghae is like this little port area. So it's a big port city. And it's just all this like seafood markets and beautiful cafes, like right by the cliff, wonderful lighthouses. So they have like king crab restaurants, fresh octopus, you name it. They've got it all. And I'll give you guys a chance to speak. I'll have to cut off here soon. And then, because I can go on and on. This is just the first couple of days. Yeah. But that's where I'll leave it at. I'll just leave it at the beach and the seafood. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best thing about that East Coast is the beach and the seafood. You did good. Getting the in-laws helped. Yeah. So my vacation was a bit lower quality than yours, but I had a good time. I started off that very first Saturday. I went to Chingari waterfalls, river, the valley there, and I had a little bit of hope, but it exceeded my expectations. It was amazing. Like I thought the water would just come up to our ankles or up to our knees, but no, this water came up to our waist. So we're crossing water. It came up to our waist, and the power of the water would actually knock me over. Like it would knock you over. So we were using ropes to pull us over. I got the very first crossing, which you'll see in the YouTube video, I get pushed on my back and floated away. So it is quite intense.
Yeah.
And the water, like you start off with this hike. The hike up is like steep incline for like felt like an hour. It was probably like 25 minutes. So you're really hot and sweaty. Then you walk back down, and then you start going into the water, and the water's freezing. Like it's quite cold, like freezing, maybe 16 degrees, 15 degrees. I don't know what temperature you could say.
Yeah.
But it was cold. It was fresh. Like your toes go in, and you could, you never gone into cold water with your feet. Like you get that sensation. Yeah. Sure. So we're doing this, and actually, everyone's excited. There's probably 60 people in the group, which for 60 people in the group were quite fast. But a lot of people. And the crossings were really, really, really good. But we're doing it for 7 hours. We're out there 7 hours doing these crossings. the last 2 hours we were getting a bit tired and
Yeah, must be tired. Yeah.
going hot, cold, not knowing where the ending was. But it was an awesome experience. Totally recommend it. I got some photos on Insta and I'll put a video out soon on YouTube. It's the experience I wanted in Korea. I talked to you boys about, can you swim in a river here in Korea? Yeah, you can, but you definitely got to go in a group because it is quite dangerous. Because I actually, the week before or the couple of days before, it rained quite a bit. So I think the water level was actually higher than what the tour guides were actually expecting. So it was a lot stronger, the river, than they were normally expecting. So yeah. But yeah, awesome experience. It's a bit hard to explain over a podcast, but waterfalls, current, river crossings, and yeah. And then the rest of the week, I started the YouTube channel. So I was just going around my own town doing some intro and filming and stuff like that. And I actually found my own town that I got a movie theater. I never knew I had a movie theater. I went into a shopping center and I just assumed it was premium clothes. Like it's called the Hyundai Premium Outlet. I thought it was just random clothes. So I never bothered to go in there. There's a full-on food court in there, a shopping mall, kids cafe, and all that sort of stuff. So I just exploring my own town. So yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Cool.
Now dropping in quality of vacation. Hokjun, did you get to go on your vacation?
Dropping in quality. Don't be a dick.
Do I have to do this one?
Look at him. Look at it.
Yeah.
Just putting my mask on for the people on podcast. Yeah. What happened, buddy?
Yeah, people on podcast. I got the COVID.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
This was my first time.
It was a long time coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had my booster shot too, but unfortunately I got it. I don't know where I got it from.
I think there's a bit of a boost currently here in Korea. I think everyone's getting, well, not everyone's getting, but my school, a lot of kids are missing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think the what should I say? The effective length of the shot.
Yeah.
It's not really long.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it happened on the. You found out on the Tuesday, yeah, and you were going to take your vacation on the Thursday. Is that right? When did you find out?
I was trying to take my week off at that weekend.
Yeah.
So starting from the Thursday, and then I was going to spend some time in like Gangneung or Sokcho.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to go to surf.
Yeah.
In East Coast.
Yeah.
But I got the COVID and I couldn't do anything. I stuck in my home for like full week, and then I'm trying to walk around because my energy level is so low.
Yeah.
Like surprisingly low, and this is very weird. I don't know anybody had this kind of symptom, but my body cannot control my body temperature because I'm like, and I got so hot, I got like sweating,
right?
And then after like an hour, I had like
chills,
fever, chill, something like that, and then it goes on and on and on, like until now, like my body do not control my body temperature. This is very weird. Yeah.
So you got hit quite hard. Yeah. Well, lucky, I was saying to you before we recorded, like lucky it happened just before you took your vacation. Yeah. So it doesn't count as your vacation time. Yeah. Like I should.
Yeah, that's true. Like if I started my vacation and then got COVID, then wow, that would be a disaster.
That would
have sucked ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't know about you, Gio. Gio, you've been hit a little bit hard. You're a bit unwell yourself, eh?
Yeah, I probably just look exhausted. I look pale looking at myself at this, but it started Sunday. Like, Sunday's completely fine. My kids are great. I tested negative twice because I thought the same thing. Because I had the chills, I had the fever, sweating, and it got to the point like one night I had like convulsions. Like my body was just like quivering and just shaking so much. My teeth were like chattering. I couldn't stay warm for the life of me. And then I still went in, obviously I'm the only foreign teacher in my school, so I had to go to school. But I have just upset stomach, even now.
Yeah.
But luckily Soyoung went to the pharmacy today and picked up some medication. So I took that and just waiting for it to kick in, essentially.
All right.
But
So you're thinking bad food poisoning, yeah?
could be
That's what I would
food
guess.
poisoning, could be stomach flu, could just maybe a virus.
Oh.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm afraid that it could be COVID. It's just being dormant, waiting for symptoms to show. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hope it's not
hopefully you
COVID.
boys,
No, I
yeah,
hope
you
not.
guys boys are getting better and getting ready for the weekend. So
Are you ready for part 2 really quick before I
yeah, give me
start that?
part 2.
All right, so
All right.
Donghae was from Sunday to Wednesday, right? We said
The
goodbye to the
weekend.
in-laws.
Alright.
You all right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, see you guys
Right.
later. Wednesday, goodness. Wednesday, we said, all right, before the in-laws head back, we'll check out. We're gonna go to Zhongdongjin, which is a city just
Alright.
north of there that apparently is pretty popular for like beaches and these little like old like bike rail. It's like
Yeah.
these little bikes that you pedal on these little
Mhm.
monorails.
Oh, yeah,
And so we thought, hey, Sophie likes biking. She's
Yeah.
gonna love this. Wrong.
You
I thought it was
cannot-
gonna be
you
a
cannot
short bike
expect
ride.
how
It's
the
not. It's an hour.
kids- Yeah.
It's an hour.
Yeah.
Bike ride.
Once you start, you can't
Hour
stop there. You
riding?
got to go to
Really?
the end,
Oh,
don't
the
you?
whole way she's like, bike ride, bike ride. We're going bike ride. Yes, we are. We get on there. Blah 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 blah. PA system. We go. Ah! The minute this thing takes off, the whole ride.
Yeah.
Crying, tears. She's sitting in my lap, like just holding on to me for dear life. I'm like, and there's a there's a point on this
Yeah.
ride that there's a photo booth coming, right? So it comes to take a picture. In the photo, I'm literally just like this, just staring out, just so pissed off. Sophie's in the front, like
Yeah.
of the photo, and then Soyoung is like
Crying.
laughing, kind of. My in-laws are in the back, like, oh my god, it's like. And so there's this area where you stop and everybody, kind of like a roller coaster ride. You get to go to the photo booth to see all the photos, all the families. Like, oh, look how cute we look. And there's like my family,
Yeah.
and like this disaster of like this vacation from hell, right? So just like the first ride there, she was on my lap, just screaming the whole way back. And then the next time we had to stop to the photo booth, then we had to go back on the ride heading back.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, you're gonna sit on your harmony's lap this time, and I'm gonna pedal the damn thing. So right away, she sat on her lap. We start pedaling, cries, pisses all over my mother-in-law's shorts, like all over everything. Just pees, boof, right on the ride, right? Now, keep in mind, my mother-in-law, she packed very light on that trip because she thought she was going to come for the day. So that's the only pair of clothes that she had.
Oh,
Oh no.
Go for a jump in the ocean.
Yeah. So then, so that was just Wednesday, right? So we said, all right, goodbye. See you guys later. And then we actually head west towards Chuncheon. And we stayed at this wonderful guest house because we stayed in Chuncheon again last year too, but at a different place. But Chuncheon was actually really nice because heading there, we actually stopped at this Buddhist temple, like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh.
It took us forever just to get up this, my poor little Kia Morning just had to make this trek all the way up this mountain. Because originally we were going to actually look for a stream, at least some kind of body of water that Sophie would feel comfortable playing in, right? Just to say she got her toes wet. We found this Buddhist temple and it was completely empty. It was been like restored since like, I don't know, like the 16th century, just gorgeous looking place.
Oh, wow.
And one of the monks, kind of greeted us. He said, hey, excuse us, it's our lunchtime. Would you care to join us? Would you like to eat lunch with us? Oh yeah, we're gonna have lunch in a Buddhist temple. And we're just like walking the grounds. We see like all like the monks like tending to like their garden. Look at all the fruit, the fresh vegetables that they're growing. Like, look at this. This is as organic as fresh as this is gonna get. And so there we were.
You guys gotta follow the rule.
That's it. So we went right in. We're like, all right. Grab some trays, have like a tiny little like cafeteria hall. Just grab some trays and just helped ourselves. Like, look at us having lunch at a Buddhist temple before we made our way back. Yeah. And just last night, just yesterday, we were actually blessed with the presence of a dear old friend of ours who we actually met in Chicago 5 years ago, when Soyoung agreed to leave all of this behind and move with me to the US. She befriended somebody who was actually from the city of Ulsan, right? So she actually came to visit us, stay in our home last night, and she brought this wonderful bottle of makgeolli, their traditional makgeolli in Busan called Bukso.
Possible.
That's it, Boksun Boga, right?
Boksundoga, yeah.
This, I shit you not, you guys, right hand to God, well, left hand technically, is the best makgeolli I've ever consumed, ever. And I
need the
metaverse
metaverse where you can give us a shot, give us a try.
Yeah, this is kind of
it's
like their
a kind
champagne.
of like
It's
champagne kind of makgeolli, yes.
What's so intriguing about it is like upon first taste, it smells like vinegar, right? It has like a vinegar kind of smell, but the minute you drink it, it completely changes. It's like super sweet. It's like cotton candy in the mouth. And wow. That's all I had to say. And typically I gave up actually drinking for the month of August for reasons I just explained earlier.
Yeah.
And when a company comes over and they bring this, obviously I'm not going to refuse alcohol, especially with my meal. So I had it, and she brought 3 bottles, and it's great. It's fantastic. So if you get a chance, please get what is it? Boksun Toga. Try it.
Call us, sponsor us.
Yes.
That's cool. At least, yeah, it sounds like you had a good vacation, man. Like I said to
It
you
was
before,
good. It was
your family, your kids are good birth control.
Yeah. A lot of people, they just see the nice aspects of the Instagram photos. Like,
Instagram
oh, that's
photo.
so nice, right? But like seconds after that, it's like, ah. And
I'm not having kids. I'm not having kids.
Don't be fooled by what you see on social media. Yes.
They're cute. They'll be right. That's just the age that you're at.
Yeah, it's just a type of happiness.
So last week, we were sort of flicking around YouTube, and I was setting up my channel, talking to Gio, trying to link everything up. And I crossed across your old channel, Gio. I want to bring up your old channel because you did YouTube a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like I only started watching YouTube videos before I came to Korea. And so like, what's that, 5 years ago?
Yes.
And you were doing videos, 10 years ago? And I saw one of your videos got 40,000 views. I'm like, you could be Mr. Beast by now if you pursued it. Yeah. Do you want to tell us about that video or that moment of your life?
Oh yeah, I mean, I first started maybe like 2006, like the pioneer of YouTube whenever it launched, and just silly videos that like my high school friends and I would make. But we were into like Jackass at the time.
Yeah.
And the time that we made that video was like the summer of, I don't know, 2004 or 5, it doesn't matter. The point was that we just it was a small town. We were bored. So we thought, why don't we just get a Speedo, sit on the side of like this interstate, and just have people honk at us. So in the first clip, that's me. But at the time I was like super embarrassed. Like I just obviously did not want to do it. But there's a second video on there called me running down Main Street. You know how every small town has a Main Street? I decided to do it on that one. It doesn't have 40,000 hits, but clearly you can see me running down with a pair of shorts in my hand, just in case the police came. Just sprinting down, just having a good time.
Yeah.
What else were teenagers supposed to do before like the internet exploded and before social media? So but 40,000, like I just recently went into my YouTube channel, kind of giving a nice little facelift. I just saw the stats and I thought, wow, I should have done something with this. Yeah. 40,000. That's a lot.
That's a lot, especially back then.
40,000.
I don't know how many people were using YouTube back then, but do you remember, was people getting monetized back then? Was people making money for YouTube back then?
No idea.
No idea. I think that's before Google even bought them. Yeah, that's way before Google.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Google bought them now. See, that's news to me. That's how much that's how little I should say I know about YouTube and its platform.
It was interesting. Yeah, it's cool. And then you had some, like you were saying, like you had was it Green Day or Blink-182 song?
It was Blink-182.
You got demonetized.
What's my age again? That was it. That's what so I went back through all my videos because at the time I didn't care because I just personalized them just for me and the songs that just made sense to them, right?
Yeah.
It made sense to the theme at the time until I get emails saying, all right, copyright claim. Like, I should go back. All my videos had it. All my videos were limited to certain countries because of the licensing for the music, so I couldn't make any money off of them, which makes sense. Yeah. So I went back and changed it so I can get a little some change in my pocket.
Anything else, boys?
You guys want to hear part 3 of what happened over the weekend?
We got
all right.
9 minutes.
All right, parenting at its finest. Saturday night.
All right.
So keep in mind, remember I told
Getting
you
dramatic.
guys,
All right.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was like a domino effect. It was like one thing happened after another. And remember I told you that the end of July was supposed to be like my last day. Well, I got convinced to extending. I told you guys they extended my contract until the end of August. So that kind of upset me a little bit, because I thought, man, I'm ready to go out the door, but I have to be here another 4.5 weeks. So I'm dreading Monday already. So Saturday night, and this moment, will forever change mine and So Young's views on parenthood and how we talk to our children going forward. But Saturday night, we were trying to put the kids to sleep. Sophie had an accident. She wet the bed, right? No biggie. She did it before. But this kind of upset us because like, all right, you're at this age, you're old enough now. We have this newborn, so it's just kind of like, you know better, Sophina. Giano is crying in the living room, crying, screaming his brains out on the living room floor, and Sophie is getting rinsed in the bathroom by Sonia while I'm cleaning all the sheets off the bed and then the trail of pee that led from the bedroom all the way out to the bathroom. Right, my hands like, oh great, what a wonderful weekend, you know. And Sonia gets so upset by everything that's going on, like she just gets flustered. And after she finishes washing her, she closes the bathroom mirror, but she closes too hard and just smashes. Just smashes the bathroom mirror. And I just hear like this crack sound. I'm like, so I run to the bathroom because I wanted to get Sophie because I had to dry her off, put her in pajamas. I just see this big crack along my bathroom mirror. Like, wow, well, that sucks. You know? Like someone let their emotions get the best of them. Right? And so then I'm yelling, and Soren's yelling, and the poor Sophie's yelling, and then Gianna's crying. So it's just like a madhouse. But after we all just cooled out, like, all right, take it easy. Like, we kind of reflected, we're like, oh my gosh, like, we're the adults. We have all these years of being able to express our thoughts and our actions and explain things thoroughly. But our kids don't, right? All they know is just to cry because they can't put sentences together. And we were actually at fault for reacting that way. And so we said going forward that we'll never actually, have to be that angry ever again. We just got to just
growing as parents.
As it is, we're still growing, just because we have 2 kids. I always say, hey, it's not my first rodeo. Like, I'm still learning as a dad, And I think since that night, like, Sophie will do her thing. She has tantrums. If she doesn't want to eat, she turns her head like, no, that's all like beaches, all stuff like that. But we just kind of just let her do it until she figures it out on her own. And this girl, I swear to God, she has her own attitude already. It's just so humorous. Like today, like we're talking, and she just surprises me every single day. Now that I get to really actually like see her, like before, I felt like after Gianna was born, we gave less attention to her, and I think that really impacted her. It affected her, right? Because everything was just so self-centered around Gianna. Like I didn't really get to see my girl grow up, and I didn't really notice this until I used a word today. I used the word nonstop, and she stops, looks at me, she goes, "Nonstop. What does that mean?" Like that, and I was just like, "Oh wow! Like we've never had this conversation before." Like, and it was just cute little moments like that. But now I put her to sleep every night. Like that's my job now. She doesn't want to go to sleep with mom anymore. She wants to go to sleep with daddy. So it's like, all right, we have this understanding that mommy takes care of Giano, daddy takes care of Sophie. So it's just nice. It's a nice thing to do. Yeah.
I think I'm not an expert, but from that day out from Incheon, I noticed it's not easy. Like those kids there.
Yeah, that's
She's
true.
happy,
Yeah.
then she wants this, and then no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Like, but
that's just the kids doing. But
that's growing up, and you get into a routine as you did on your vacation. Same as, I guess, doing a job at our jobs. Like the first week of teaching, like a new school, a new kindergarten class sucks. Like it's horrible. They cry.
That's the truth, folks. Yeah.
They don't know English. They don't know. They have never had a foreigner tell them what to do before. And that first week, they don't even know the words. They don't even know the word stop, like, or sit down. Like they don't know any of these words. But you slowly teach them the routine. You slowly teach them signals, which I'm doing for a podcast. Doesn't really work, but they learn it. Yeah. So. Stop. I'm not a parent, but hopefully I've learned from my teaching 5-year-olds what to do. I can hopefully learn something from that. Yeah. All right, boys. I think it's been good. Gio,
All right.
we'll finish it off with your finale, and then I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
As always, be sure to follow us across our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Linktree, and Meetup. And also remember to like our videos on YouTube to help expand our channel. Until next week, everybody.